On this vote, the yeas are 54 and the nays are 44. 3/5 of the Senate duly chosen and sworn not having voted in the affirmative. The motion upon reconsideration is not agreed to.
Government shutdown still in effect. The Senate voted hours ago, and we will have to wait for another vote. That brings us back to the Rocket City. Welcome to Fox 54 News at 6. I'm Kenesha Dees. Today marks the third day of that government shutdown, and many federal workers are left uncertain about the future of their jobs. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, Huntsville employs a large number of federal employees. More than 21,000 federal employees work in the Huntsville metro, with more than 17,000 of those workers living in Huntsville. Statewide, there are over 61,000 federal employees. And as Logan Alexandra Russell tells us, a local organization is gearing up to help those affected.
One Gen Away is preparing to help federal employees impacted by the shutdown through a food box pickup tomorrow. Federal workers can pick up a food box with no questions asked or proof of employment. Founder and CEO Chris Whitney says he and his wife understand what it's like to need food during a rough time and hopes they can provide just that.
Our hope is to share hope, hope in this season, in this time. And we want to just bring honor and dignity to those that are receiving, because we know how hard that is.
The food box pickup location will be in the parking lot of Johnny Grills 2 off of University Drive in Huntsville. You can look for a truck with a spoon, fork, and knife on the side, and pickup will be available from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Whitney says the food distribution will continue as long as the shutdown lasts.
We're not going to stop until it's settled and the government opens back up and starts paying these people on a regular basis.
Whitney says he hopes One Gen Away can provide hope and resources to those who provide so much for us.
I just think it's critical, man. These are people giving their time and energy for our country to function on a daily basis.
One Gen Away is also giving out food for federal workers in Franklin, Tennessee. They are prepared for any size crowd tomorrow, big or small, and will continue to meet the needs of the community. Whitney says the organization is always looking for volunteers and donations to help them keep serving Northern Alabama.
Resources would be tremendously helpful right now. Once again, as we're trying to, this is an emergency need, so we're stepping in, and we know provisions coming.
To learn more, you can visit onegenaway.com. In Huntsville, Logan Alexander Russell, Fox 54 News.
One Gen Away also does mobile food distribution on Saturdays. You can drive up and get a cart full of fresh produce and pantry items. Redstone Federal Credit Union also helping people impacted by the government shutdown. The credit union announced Wednesday it's offering financial relief options to members affected by the government shutdown. These services include low-interest loans and temporary payment deferrals. The relief options are available immediately. Both federal employees and government contractors directly impacted by the shutdown are eligible. We have a live look from Rainbow Mountain. Quite a beautiful view, a nice view that I might add for a Friday. We also know it's Football Friday. We're going to bring in Fox 54 Weather Impact Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman with a look at how the rest of this evening will look.
It was a fantastic Friday afternoon across North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee. Check this out. Temperatures beautiful today, pretty close to average. As a matter of fact, some of us were a bit below average through the course of the afternoon. Scottsboro, Arab, Albertville, Coleman, Fort Payne all saw high temperatures this afternoon of 77 degrees. Really beautiful weather over in northeast Alabama. Athens and Decatur saw 81. We saw 81. Pulaski and Fayetteville, Florence saw a high temperature this afternoon also of 81 degrees. Now the 70s are a bit below where we should be this time of year. The lower 80s are a bit above where we should be this time of year. I want to take you back real quick to 2019. On this day in 2019, the high temperature was 100 degrees, so it could be so much hotter. Let's talk about Friday night football. Truly some fantastic weather for you this evening. We're talking about a mostly clear sky. We're talking about a really nice lack of humidity across the Tennessee Valley. Really is going to be beautiful weather. 75 at 7 o'clock, 70 by 8, 68 by 9, 67 degrees by the time we get to 10 p.m. We'll talk about the weekend in just a couple of minutes.
A professional angler has been indicted on multiple manslaughter charges following a fatal boat crash on Smith Lake earlier this year. According to court documents, Flint Davis faces 3 counts of manslaughter and 2 counts of assault, among other charges. Investigators say Davis was driving a boat at 67 miles per hour back on April 16th when he struck another boat. The victims identified as John Clark, Jeffrey Little, and Joey Broom. Davis's bond set at $115,000. The DeKalb County Sheriff's Office says they found a gun near a school following a traffic stop yesterday. Here's what we know. Deputies found an empty holster inside a suspect's car, leading to fears a gun was discarded near the school. And during the search, a handgun was found near a school building. The suspect, who has yet to be named, is currently at the DeKalb County Detention Center on unrelated charges, with further charges possibly coming. The Sheriff's Office adds there was no threat to the school or staff, and the search happened after school hours. The Sheriff's Office also didn't say which school was involved. A traffic stop in Priceville led police to arrest a Michigan man wanted in Florida. Priceville police say they pulled over a car yesterday around 9:20 p.m. in the 3300 block of Highway 67. The driver, identified as Cortez Landrum of Lansing, Michigan, was found with active extraditable warrants from Crestview, Florida. The warrants were for unlawful possession of a controlled substance and for engaging in a criminal offense with a weapon or firearm. Landrum was taken to the Morgan County Jail, where he awaits extradition. A crash involving a motorcycle in Coleman has claimed the life of a Hanceville man, we've learned. Senior Trooper Brandon Bailey with the LEA says the accident happened on US 31 near Coleman County 529 around 5:40 this morning. Billy Smith was killed when his motorcycle was hit by a car, throwing him from his motorcycle. Smith was pronounced dead at the scene. LEA's Highway Patrol Division continues to investigate. A man arrested after an investigation into several thefts in and around Marshall County. The Sheriff's Office says deputies first responded to a home on Breedwell Road Monday after a truck was stolen. Later, deputies responded to a homeowner who found open car doors and signs that a car had been rummaged through on Pea Ridge Road. The tip led investigators to the stolen truck, and a suspect was found in DeKalb County. Police arrested Jonathan Rodman and charged him with theft and unlawful breaking and entering. He's currently in the DeKalb County Jail and will be returned to Marshall County to face additional charges. The state of Tennessee is planning to execute a woman for the first time in more than 200 years. The Tennessee Supreme Court just set the execution date for Krista Pike. Pike is charged with the 1995 murder of 19-year-old Colleen Slimmer. She and an accomplice allegedly lured Slimmer into a wooded area, tortured her, and then killed her. Slimmer's attorneys argue at the time of the crime, she suffered from severe mental illness and had a history of childhood trauma. Slimmer's mother says once the execution takes place, it will close a tragic chapter.
Once it's completely done and everything is over with, it will be a close. But other than that, no, because it's all the same. It's still code and paperwork and government, stuff like that, that holds me up from having justice.
Pike is scheduled to be executed on September 30th of next year. A restaurant employee was airlifted after spilling boiling water, we've learned. According to the Shoals Insider, the accident happened at the Woods at River Road restaurant around 9:30 yesterday morning. The Brickhattan Volunteer Fire Department gave a first aid and had the employee airlifted to Huntsville Hospital for care. The employee's current condition is not known. A Madison County judge will hold a hearing to decide if 708 Bar and Grill can reopen. The city shut down the popular gathering spot last month. The city says the bar attracts crime and disturbances, but the owners deny the claims and call the shutdown unfair. The business was closed through a temporary injunction after missing an earlier court deadline. The hearing is set for October 15th. As leaves begin to fall from the trees, the city of Huntsville reminds you that piles of leaves along streets and storm drains can actually create a serious hazard. Clogged drains can lead to flooding, damaged roads, and sidewalks. Leaves washed into storm drains also harm local waterways by releasing nitrogen and phosphorus when they decompose. This can trigger harmful algae blooms, affecting fish and other aquatic life. To avoid having problems, remember to bag your leaves, mow your lawn, and don't blow leaves in the curb. The Alabama Department of Transportation is awarding more than $2 million in state grants to protect improvement projects or support improvement projects at 27 airports, including a few here in North Alabama. Included in the grants will be a project to reconstruct terminal components at Huntsville International Airport. Northwest Alabama Regional Airport in Muscle Shoals is looking to conduct a quad apron study and install perimeter fencing, among other safety improvements. For more airports expected to receive grant funding, go to FOX54.com. It's the 43rd year of the Madison Street Festival, and we're giving you a first look at the festivities and their significance. Also, we'll take you to the Wicks Family Field as Huntsville City FC prepares for their last regular season home game. Details ahead.